Hi, this is Hannah and welcome back to Form Workflow Plus Support. So you're probably new here and you're wondering what kind of role you're going to assign to your workmate, right? I know it can be a little bit confusing at the beginning, but don't worry, I'll be here to guide you through the different roles that we have so that it will be easier for you to grant access to your workmates. Are you ready? Awesome. So currently, we have 5 different roles that you'll notice from your Form Workflow Plus web application. You have the owner, the creator, the admin, the user, and the viewer. So we'll go through this one at a time. So let's start with user access. So this will give you the ability to submit form requests and review requests. So if you take a look at the web application, you'll have access to the approvals page, the forms page, and the My History page. If we take a look at the approvals page, you'll see the requests currently assigned to you. So if you click on the particular request, a right drawer will appear and you'll see the content of that particular request here and the ability to approve or decline this request here as well. If there's a need for you to place a comment, you can go ahead and do that and then click Submit. You'll also notice that you'll have access to the Steps tab, which will show you the current status of that particular request. Alternatively, you may also action on the request by clicking this button here, and you'll be shown a summary of that particular request and the ability to approve and decline from here as well. If you want to place a comment, you can place it here too. Then click Submit. If you take a look at your Forms tab, you'll see all the published forms on this particular page. You can click it and you'll be routed to that particular form. So you can go ahead and submit if you want. You'll also have access to the My History page, which will show you all the requests on all the workflows that you've worked on. So you'll also notice the status of those particular requests that you've already acted on, if it's already approved, if it has been rejected, or if it's still waiting for approval. Now let's talk about viewer access. So viewers will have read-only access to workflow management. If you take a look at the web application, they'll still be able to see the Manage Workflows page, the Approvals page, the Forms, and of course, the My History. So inside the Manage Workflows page, they can see all the listed workflows inside. Once they click on a workflow, they'll see the information of that workflow right here, all the requests submitted for that particular workflow. You can also have access to the summary report here, and of course, the settings. The approvals page will look like this. If I filter it to all, you'll see all of that. If there are pending requests, you'll also be able to see it directly from this page. The forms page is here too. And if I click on it, you'd be able to see the form as well. And of course, the My History page. Now let's move to the admin role. As an admin, you'll have user management and workflow management access. So if you take a look, you'll also have access to the Manage Workflows page, the Approvals page, the Forms page, and of course, the My History page. So as an admin, if you go inside the Manage Workflows page, you have the ability to delete a particular workflow. And if you're inside a workflow, you also have the ability to delete a request. Aside from that, you also have access to the account settings, wherein you can add a user and of course modify the roles of the existing users in this particular page. Let's say I want to add a user. I want to nominate Absolutely Temporary 4 as a user on this particular account. So let me click Select and then Create. There you go, it has been added. And let's say I want to change the role of alcinawihoney@gmail.com from user to admin. These are the things you can do as an admin that you cannot do as a user or as a viewer. Following so far? Great, we're almost done. So now let's move to the creator role. So the creator will have, of course, access to create a workflow and to manage those workflows. So take a look at this new button that has been added on the web application. This will grant, or this will allow the creators to make a new workflow for the web application. So if you take a look on the left side panel, the creator will have access to manage workflows, the approvals page, the forms page, and of course the My History, just like all the three others that we've discussed so far. Now let's zoom in into the feature that the creator can do compared to the last three that we discussed. Let's click the new workflow button right here, and a dialog box will appear informing me that I should have installed the add-on. If you haven't installed the add-on yet, you can click this button right here and it will route you to the Google Workspace Marketplace. So just follow the instructions on how to install, because right now I already have it, which means that I can go ahead and proceed with creating a new workflow. Notice that a new spreadsheet will appear, and all I have to do is to name this one and activate the add-on. So I'll click this add-ons menu here and find Form Workflow Plus there, and then Start. Then notice that I can choose from an existing template that we have here, or you can link an existing form as well. So for this particular example, let's just use the preset one, which is the leave request form. And of course, it will route you to setting up that particular workflow. So for this one, of course, we're gathering responses from form responses 1. And if you want the reviewers to get notified on the status of their requests, you can go ahead and choose their email address from the drop down here, instructing the add-on to send an email to the requester once the request has been acted on. Then of course, you can go ahead and edit the workflow by clicking this button here. And if you click on the advanced settings, I'll have the option to publish this particular form on my web application. So let's say I'm clicking yes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and save and activate this workflow. Alright, it's activated. If we go back to the web application, we'll just click refresh here, and we should be able to see the test workflow here. There you go. As creators, you also have access to delete this particular workflow by ticking the box there next to the name and then clicking the trash bin icon on the top right. Click delete and it's gone. Contrary to the admin access, the creator can still go inside a workflow, but they will not have access to delete a request from that particular workflow. But everything will remain the same. They can still see the information right here, and they'll also have access to the summary tab and of course the settings tab from here. They also have access to the approvals page, the forms page, and of course the My History page. Now on to the last one. We're down to the final role, which is of course the owner. So as the owner, you will have access to the billing information, the user management, and of course the workflow management. So if you take a look at the left side panel, you'll see that the Manage Workflows page is accessible, the Approvals page, the Forms page, and of course the My History. Aside from that, you'll have access to the account settings as well, similar to the admin. But if you take a look at the left panel, you'll notice that a billing tab or a billing page has been added here. If you click on that, you'll see the information about your subscription on this particular page. If we go back to the Manage Users page, this is where you can actually add a user by indicating the email address as well as their role. So for this example, we'll put absolutelytemporary5@gmail.com, and I'm setting it as another admin to this account. Click Select and then Create, and you'll see it added through here. You can also modify or edit an existing role for an existing user from here. Let's say for elsinawihani@gmail.com, I'm changing her from user to a creator on the account. So I will untick the user role and then click Select and Save. Notice that Absolutely Temporary 5 now is an admin, and elsinawihani@gmail.com has been changed from user to creator. Another special access that the owner has is once they add a user and let's say indicate an email address, when choosing a role, they will have 5 options compared to an admin that only has 4 options. So the owner role will not be available for admins. We're back to the main page of the web application. So as an owner, you also have access to, let's say, delete a particular workflow. You can also go inside a workflow and delete a particular request from there. Again, if you're inside the Manage Workflows tab and you go inside a particular workflow, you will also have access to the information of that particular workflow from here, the responses from here, the reports or the summary reports, and the settings from here. Of course, if you go inside the approvals page, you can filter the ones that you need from here. And of course, the forms page, similar to what we discussed earlier, and of course, the My History page. And that's it. Those are the 5 roles that we have for Form Workflow Plus. I hope that this tutorial has been helpful for you in determining the roles that you're going to be setting for your workmates. If you have any more questions or clarifications, please feel free to reach us through any of our social media platforms or social media channels. You can also click the website link on the description box so that you can schedule a demo with us. And please don't forget to click that subscribe button right there and click that notification bell as well to keep you notified whenever we have new content available. You can reach us through Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and we'll gladly assist you from there. Thank you again for joining me today. I'll catch you again in the next tutorial, okay? Bye!